Hey, welcome back, guys. It's Bob here. For those of you who returned, welcome back. For those of you that are new, on this channel, I post free plumbing tutorials for people who don't want to call a plumber. With a few minor tools and a little know-how, I can show you how to save some major bucks by not having to call a plumber. I highly recommend you subscribe to the channel. Also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. This particular video is an in-the-field video of me installing a faucet and an under-counter filtration system. Got a call from the customer. She went out and bought her own materials, went over to the job site, assessed it, priced it out. She gave me the green light. So that's what this video is about. Sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, so here is that Kohler faucet that my customer wanted me to install, along with an under-counter water filtration system by Aquasona. This is the model AQ5200 with a chrome spigot. And the existing faucet that was there was a two-handled Delta faucet. And actually, this faucet came equipped with a spray. But because she has the auxiliary faucet there for the filter, what this guy did, I'll show you later, but let's just jump onto the cabinet for a minute. I'll show you the existing, this is the existing water filtration system. Now it's coming out, going up to the spigot. Also, there's a line for the ice maker. You see that copper water line? It's going to the ice maker. So I hopped under the sink, shut off the water, proceeded to back everything off. And I don't know if you can see that hose there in the upper left-hand corner, but this faucet actually had a hose and spray connected to it. And rather than, disconnect it and plug it, well, because he couldn't, he just rolled it up with some twisty ties with the chrome head. And it's been up under the sink for God knows how long. And this woman didn't even know it. I guess he couldn't figure out a way to plug off the hose, so he just rolled up the hose and left it up there, which is insane. So anyway, here I have the lock nuts all removed, and I go up top and I pull back on this puppy to remove the faucet from the sink. And what I did is I simply pulled it up far enough, and I actually snipped off the hose with a pair of snips to get the hose out of there and remove the faucet completely. And in this next shot, you will see the removed piece. But I snipped that off, and I cannot believe, and she was like shocked that that was up there, because she said that had been in there for years, and she had no idea that the hose was tucked up under there live. Crazy stuff. Anyway, here's a shot of the new faucet before I set it in place. And as always, I use plumber's putty to set my faucets. And I know a lot of people are going to, say, oh, what are you using putty for? Or you use silicone, etc. I use plumber's putty. Anyway, briefly, here's the way the existing spigot for the water filtration system was affixed to the sink. I don't know who the hell did this, but it was crazy. Getting back to the putty story. In this case, I put the putty on the sink. I set it around the 3 holes rather than put it up on the plate, because that faucet was quite heavy and that plastic gasket, has a tendency of falling down. And for those of you who are going to poo-poo my putty, read the instructions. When in doubt, you always go in the box. If you're not sure, should I use putty? Should I use silicone? Go in the box. That's your best source of information. But if you read instructions and you listen to me, you use plumber's putty. Anyway, I got this in place, and I actually swing that nozzle around, and I balanced it on that blue teapot to hold it in place while I got under there with my hands and slid up the friction washer and then screwed up the actual lock nut. Once I got that lock nut all the way up and in place, I proceeded to tighten down those 2 Phillips head screws, which actually pulled down the faucet nice and tight. And then all my putty squeezed out, which is what I'm looking for, and there it is. And then I just take a wooden toothpick and I just trim all that excess putty off of there. And actually, before I set the faucet in place, I actually installed the spigot for the new filtration system, which was pretty simple. It was just a threaded stud with a lock nut and a washer, and that worked out really nicely. It's a quarter turn valve, quarter turn up to the left and quarter turn down. And here is the faucet after I turn the water on. tested it out, and then it was time to get down under the sink and hook up the new filtration system. And the new filtration system was a different size. It was 1/4-inch tubing as opposed to 3/8 tubing. And yes, I do use plastic ferrules and plastic inserts on plastic tubing. I do not use metal ferrules. But I had to do some retrofitting. I had to go out and get some tees. I didn't have reducing tees. And as you can see here, I had to reduce the 1/4-inch or increase it, depending upon how you're looking at it, to 3/8. And I recaught the ice maker down there in the bottom. The middle tee goes up to the spigot. Here's a close-up of that shot. And then I proceeded to strap everything to the cabinet because I didn't want everything moving around. That's the wrench to remove the filters. And yeah, that's pretty much getting to the end of the job. Here's the separate water supply, cold water supply, going to the filtration system itself. And I used a reducing compression fitting. So that's 3/8 by 1/4-inch compression fitting. That goes to the inlet of the filter. And you can see here the basically finished job. And it worked out real well. She was happy with everything. Everything worked, no leak. I actually tacked up that dishwasher hose to the cabinet because it was laying on the floor previously. And here we have the faucet and the spigot running away. And yeah, that's it. The job went pretty well. She was very happy. I was happy, and looks good. So is that wacky or not, the way that guy rolled up that hose and spray underneath the faucet? Leave your comments down below. Did you ever see anything like that? Crazy stuff, man. Listen, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. YouTube, for some reason, loves it when you give a thumbs up. It's supposedly good for the algorithm. Also, keep an eye out for one of these 2 videos that are going to show up here to your right. One of them I chose, one of them YouTube chose. Guys, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Stay well, and as always, happy plumbing.